friends, welcome to episode 1 of my crochet podcast. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Mads and I'm a crocheter. I'm also a dog mom to my rescue greyhound Socks and currently a foster dog mom to a greyhound Spud. He is currently up for adoption at the time of filming this video, so hopefully he'll be snapped up super quickly. He is such an adorable little puppy. I call him a puppy, but he's actually 4 years old, but he, like, compared to my old man, which is Socks, Socks is 7, Spud is very much puppy-ish. He has so much energy, so much love to give. He actually does have a meet and greet tomorrow, so fingers crossed that goes really well. But I will bring the boys over later to say hi to you, but I just wanted to do a quick little crochet catch up with all of you because it's been quite a while since I've done one of these. So I'm pretty sure the last time I spoke about what I've been doing and my plans was in January of 2024, where I went into everything I did in 2023 plus my plans for this year, which, spoiler alert, I have actually achieved all of it. Go me, woo! So this year I have crocheted, I think, 40 something projects, which doesn't sound like much, but for me is a big achievement. So last year in 2023 I crocheted, I think it was 66 projects. So considering we're in July now, I am, pretty much on track to beat that record this year, which is great. Some of my goals for this year were to learn something new and also make wearables. I have achieved both of them. So I have learned new stitches, being the alpine stitch and then the crocodile or dragon stitch, whatever it's called. Those are so fun, and I really enjoy learning new things. I also learned cabling, which is a new to me concept. Like a cable beanie is what I made. I do like that, but it took me so long. I do want to get back into cabling because it is a fun challenging project, I guess. But yes, when I have the time for it, that is something that I will definitely be doing as well. So those are the new things that I have been learning, and I want to continue learning new stitches and things like that. So I'm pretty sure I'll be doing more of that for the remainder of the year. Wearables, I have only made one this year, but that was my main goal, to make something that I can actually wear. I did make a top for myself. It was an oversized sort of crop top from a bag of Millens. It was one of my episodes of Milland Makes. If you're interested, I will link that up here for you. It was a bit of a challenge to make, not because of the pattern or anything. It was just merely because the Milland situation was a bit of a debacle, but enough said about that. You can watch the video if you wanted to learn more about that, but that was the only thing I've made. I did also want to make a jumper, but it is pretty much mostly through winter at the time of filming this video, and jumpers take a long time, so I don't actually think I'm gonna get around to doing that this year. Maybe in December or something, when I want to maybe start something in preparation for next winter, but we shall see. But yes, goal still achieved in my eyes because I did make a wearable for myself, and hopefully I can make a few more tops as well this year. So we'll see how we go. I got into a little bit of a situation with my whips. I had too many whips for my liking at one point. I've said this before, but my preference, and this is totally a personal preference, everyone has their own way of functioning and crocheting. For me, I get overwhelmed by too many whips. So I like to have one of each category. So for example, if it's a blanket, I like to have one blanket whip going. If it's amigurumi, I say 1.5, and that's because I really hate sewing. So if I've crocheted all of the pieces together, I consider that half done, because I still need to stitch everything together to make it fully done, and that's my 0.5. So if I've just got literally the pieces to sew together, I will then start another amigurumi. That's my 1.5 basically. But of late I have actually been neglecting stitching things together. I haven't really been motivated to do that. I just wanted to crochet. So at one point I think I had body parts just laying around in a basket somewhere. Amigurumi body parts, obviously. It was a bit of a mess, but I did recently just smash out all of the sewing. It literally took a full weekend just to get all of my whips completed in terms of amigurumi, and yeah, that's like it has been a bit of a wild ride. I still currently have 2 blanket whips, which I will show you. So this particular one has been a whip for over a year now. It was my mindless crochet blanket. It's just a corner to corner join as you go. So each of these herringbone strips is 1 strip of corner to corner, and then you start on the next strip and you keep going. So she's quite heavy at the moment. She is a single bed size blanket is what I'm making her to be. It looks really beautiful, but it's heavy, and I think that's part of the reason it is still a whip. I love to crochet on the go, so when I'm in the car, I'll be crocheting. On my commute to work and back from work, I crochet. Generally speaking, when I'm at home, I am busy, particularly when I was studying, but I'm done now. I'll go into that a little bit later, but yeah, I literally now, because it is so heavy, cannot take this anywhere with me, and that's actually part of the reason I started my next blanket whip, which after I finished my exam in April, we went on a little road trip to Great Ocean Road. I did make a little vlog about that. If you did want to see it, I'll pop it up here. But I didn't want to take this heavy blanket with me, but I also didn't want to take, stuffing and multiple balls of yarn for color changes and things like that, because it was just a road trip. So I started a new blanket, and this is as much as I've gotten. It is literally, when we came back home from the road trip, I put this into my project bag and I haven't touched it since. So this is how much I actually did on the road trip, and it has been in like UFO status since then. But it is a beautiful alpine stitch throw. Plan for this is to be just for this couch here. If you can't tell, I love yellow. So yeah, I did make this one. This was like a Milland kind of situation, both of these. I made it as my very first blanket, I'm pretty sure. I think it was my first blanket. And yeah, this is sort of just, a more textured, just neutral. It's not really neutral, but it's like muted yellow. It is variegated, different shades of yellow, but it's not very bright, and it's got alpine stitch on it, so it's very textured. I love it. So my plan was to just make a throw for this couch using this stitch, and I think I will have lots of yarn left over to make maybe like a cushion cover for maybe this cushion. This is just like an insert or something that I bought from one of the charity shops here. Again, yellow, clearly I'm obsessed. But yeah, my plan was just to crochet another alpine stitch sort of situation here and just use it as a cover for this pillow. And then I have a set, like a throw and pillow set for my living room. So that is this plan. This is going to remain as a UFO until I finish my corner to corner herringbone, because this just needs to get done. I'm pretty much almost done. I just started my second last ball of blue and white. So each strip takes about a ball of each color. I do get a few more strips, like the diagonal strips out of each ball, so it's like a row and a bit. But I just started my second last one, and I am only, I think I've got like 3 of each color, so like 3 blues and 3 whites done off the next row. So I will see how far that takes me, but if I start my last ball basically halfway through the next row, I don't think I'll have enough to do another strip. And if that's the case, this is my second last strip, so I'll just have to do one more and then I'm done with this blanket, which thank goodness for that, because if any of you have crocheted blankets that have gotten to full size, you would know what I'm talking about. It is heavy, like even turning my work, it's like an arm workout. But I really like how it's turning out. It's very, I feel like, in my opinion, very modern, very clean. I love the lines, the herringbone lines. Yeah, I really like this one, but it's just heavy to work with, and that's primarily the reason it has stayed as a whip. I did mention that a lot of my amigurumi just left whip status thanks to me spending a whole weekend crocheting. So this is currently my only amigurumi whip. It is from the book Crochet Cafe, which you might have seen Socks help me pick some of my projects from that video. So from that book, sorry, in a video which I will link up here if you're interested. But I'm basically working my way through that book. I'm about halfway done, so hopefully this year, maybe later this year though, I will get that book review out. You might know that I like to crochet everything from a book before I review it. That way I can give you the good and the bad of each pattern and let you know if there's any like weird things you need to keep an eye out for, anything like that. So this is my current whip from that book. This little container is done, and then I've got some popcorn pieces which you basically just crochet them until they fill this entire thing. I've only got 3. I haven't weaved in my ends yet. I've sort of just been crocheting these on my way to work, but it's a very slow project for me at the moment, because this is going to be put on the back burner for something else which I will get into a little bit later. And then I am also working on another episode of Milland Makes. I'm not going to show you that now. You can see it in the video when it comes out. But that has sort of just been a work in progress as well. Whenever I have time, I just get to it. So hopefully I can make that video come out soon. I'm pretty much almost done with it. The thing is, I have so much of that yarn left over that I'm sort of in a little bit of a dilemma of, do I make more things to fill that episode, or do I just make that one thing and then, you know, release that episode, and then you guys can give me ideas on what to make with the leftover yarn, because I honestly am struggling a little bit with the idea of what to make with it. So maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'll just finish the thing that I'm working on now, put it out in my Milland Makes video, and then you guys can let me know in the comment section what you think I should make with the other yarn. Should I destash it? Just let me know. But that's pretty much all of my whips, which is in a good condition. I feel like I don't have too many whips, which is amazing for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. My plans for the year, for the next few weeks coming up, is actually kind of exciting for me. So I don't think I mentioned this before, but the reason I started crocheting, or I learned how to crochet, was so I could make things for my dog. And that could be cute things like, you know, dog snoods, or, you know, like neck warmers or coats or things like that. He's a greyhound, so he's huge, so I tend to not make mini coats. I've only made one so far, but that was the main reason I learned how to crochet. And recently, the rescue that we volunteer with, like we foster with, put out a call for yarn and things like that, and then I reached out and said, you know, hey, if you ever need someone to crochet for your Etsy shop, because they do have an Etsy shop where they sell things like collars, leads, harnesses, and also, you know, crocheted dog snoods and things like that. I was like, if you ever need anyone, I'm happy to help. Their Etsy team is located in Queensland, and I was located in Melbourne, so I was like, I don't know how that's gonna work, but they actually just reached out to me and they said they would love the help. So I'm officially now, I think, hopefully I can say officially, a part of Gumtree Grey's Etsy team, and I will be crocheting dog snoods for them to then list on their website, which is super duper exciting. I've already started planning on what on things that I can make. I'm just using things from my stash currently, but the rescue does rely heavily on donations. So if you are located in Australia and have yarn that you're not using, preferably 10 to 12 ply yarn, please consider donating to this rescue. It goes to basically the Etsy team, me and a couple of other people, who then crochet things, sell it, and all of the profits, like after Etsy fees and shipping fees and things like that, all of the profits goes towards rescuing greyhounds, which is such an important cause in Australia because the racing industry is so prevalent here. It has basically been, you know, abolished in a lot of other countries, but here it still happens. And Victoria I believe is like the second highest or the highest in terms of breeding. So every year there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dogs that need rehoming. So yeah, they basically do life-saving work for these beautiful dogs, and all of the profits go towards saving them. So it is a great cause. If you do have leftover yarn and you're not sure what to do with it, consider donating it. You can either ship it to the Queensland team. I will put a comment below when I post this video of their address that you can ship it to, preferably 10 or 12 ply. 8 ply is okay too, but these are large dogs that we're crocheting for, so we don't want any like fingering or sport weight, because it would take super long to crochet up those weights, if that makes sense. But yes, otherwise, if you are located in Melbourne, Australia, you can also bring yarn to the farmers markets that they hold stalls in. So we have, I believe it's the Carlton market every first Saturday, and then the Coburg market as well. Maybe it's a third Saturday, don't quote me on that, but if you follow Gumtree Greys on social media, they will post out when they have their market dates. And you know, if you're ever in the area, you want to stop by a farmer's market just for other things, you know, you could always drop by your yarn to the volunteers at that stall, and then, you know, I'll take them, crochet something up for the team, send some yarn to the Queensland team to crochet, and sell it on our Etsy store, and then, yeah, hopefully raise lots and lots of money for these beautiful dogs. So that's super exciting. I actually have just been playing around with what to make because I just found out basically, and I'm super excited. I just finished this one just before filming this video. It is a bee snoot. Again, yellow. It is super cute. I love it. Apparently these are like bestsellers. Every time we make animal snoots, they sell out super quickly. They are greyhound sizes, obviously, because it is a greyhound rescue, and a lot of the people that buy from Gumtree Greys are greyhound owners or adopters. So yeah, this one is one that I've made. It actually used pretty much a full skein of black and almost a full skein of yellow, and I've only got a couple more black skeins left, so I think I'm just going to use all of that up. So I'll have maybe 3 bee snoots, and then yeah, if I come into more black yarn, I might make some more because I do have a lot of the yellow. But this is one situation that I was thinking of. Do you think if I do this in black and white, it could look like a zebra? What do you think? I don't know. And then something else that I was thinking of making was these little frog snoots. They look weird without a dog in it, but I promise they're cute. So he will look like a little frog if he wears this. And this is one I made in my Mill and Mix video. I believe this was the first one I ever made, actually, the first Mill and Mix video. I made socks, a frog snoot, and I made myself a frog beanie. And I also made a frog amigurumi, so if you're interested in that very froggy, you know, video, go watch that video, link it up here. But this is sockses, but I do have some of this yarn left over, so I was thinking of just making how many ever more I can make, probably 2. I don't remember how many skeins I have, maybe 2. Hopefully I can churn out at least a couple more of these and then send them off to the Queensland team to post. So that is going to be literally my next couple weeks, I think, just making dog snoots. We are mostly through winter already, and I feel like these are more of a winter accessories because summer in Australia tends to get pretty hot. So definitely want to get it done as soon as possible. I was also thinking of making neck warmers. I still call them snoots, but just for the differentiation purposes, I'm just going to call them neck warmers in this video. You might have seen I recently made an alpine stitch one for my foster dog Spud. I am also thinking about making like a crocodile stitch or a dragon stitch, whatever you want to call it, snood. I will work on putting tutorial videos out on both of those, but those are my ideas currently. I'm constantly thinking of new things to do, new stitches that look fun and interesting, and making like dog snoods or neck warmers out of them that you can customize to your own dog's measurements. So if you're interested, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you know when that comes out. But yeah, hopefully I will have those out very soon. I'm just going to work on filming them and then editing them, and then I'll put them out as soon as I can. So yeah, exciting. Hopefully I can sell some of those on their Etsy store as well. But that is literally all my plans that I have for the next few weeks. So hopefully the next time I meet up with you, I have a little bit more of an update on the whole crocheting for charity situation, and also maybe I can give you new plans because I think the next couple of weeks is just going to be making dog stuff, and then hopefully crocheting some more amigurumi from that Crochet Cafe book as well, because I do want to try and get that tutorial, that book review out before the end of the year, and there are quite a few pieces in it, so hopefully I can get that done soon as well. just general life update. Like I mentioned before, we finished studying in April, can confirmed we passed. Actually got like high distinctions, but honestly I do not care about that. I'm just so happy I don't have to study anymore. And it's funny that I say that because I actually am going to be studying some more. But fun things, I promise. Like I'm trying to learn more about, you know, dog first aid, because now I'm getting back into foster caring, which we did 2.5 years ago. So Socks was actually my second foster dog, and then we ended up adopting him. And then because we were studying and working and didn't really have time for anything, we just stopped fostering, and now we're back in it again. So I think this is something that we're going to keep doing, maybe just taking a few weeks break between each one. But I thought it would just be a good skill to have under my belt, you know, dog first aid, just in case anything scary happens or an emergency situation. I know how to look after my babies, because that is like one of the biggest loves of my life, my little doggos. So apart from crochet, but crochet I feel like will always come second to my little babies. So yes, that is something that I'm doing. And then part of my thing that I just finished studying, I need to be like studying, you know, a few hours every single year just to sort of keep up my knowledge. So I'm just going to keep doing that, but I don't really care about that. I just have free time now, so woo, go me. Another exciting thing is I recently got engaged. So on our holiday that we had after our exam in April, my partner proposed. Here is the ring if you did want to see it. It's very beautiful, if I do say so myself. So that's a very exciting update in my life, I guess, one of the biggest updates. And then my fostering, which is another big update. So yeah, very exciting. No plans on wedding yet. I sort of know a rough date, so hopefully next year, like the legal stuff, and then we're planning on the actual fun stuff as an overseas wedding, just so I can get out of Australia and do a holiday, and that might be the year after, but who knows. It's still early days, and honestly that wedding planning has not even crossed my mind yet. So I just am enjoying the moment, enjoying my free time, and actually enjoying being able to breathe and not constantly work, study. So yeah, that is my little life update. I will call the boys over now. They're both sleeping, so I don't know if they'll come over, but Soxy, Spud, come on, Spud. Socks is coming over. Hopefully you'll be able to see them. Okay, Spud hasn't learned spatial awareness. I'm kind of worried he's going to trip over the tripod. This is Spud, my cute little foster baby. He is 4 years old. We have had him for I think 5 weeks now. Spud, you want to say hi to the people? There you are. He is black, so it's a bit hard to see him. Yeah, I think we've had him for 5 weeks now. He's been up on the Gumtree Grey's website. That is Socks back there, just doing a little shaky shake. For a week and a bit now. He has a meet and greet tomorrow, so exciting. And if it goes well, if the family think that it's a right fit for them, because we do have another dog similar to our situation. They have another male greyhound, so if they feel, you know, the two get along, then he might go on an adoption trial, and if that goes well, he'll be adopted. So very exciting times for him. Hopefully by the time I do my next crochet podcast, I will have a definitive update for you. Or actually, I might actually put it out on my Instagram and community page. And Soxy, come on Soxy, do you want to say hi? This is Socks. They look the same. They're both black greyhounds, but Socks's chin has a little bit of white. So I sometimes still get confused when I look at them in the dark from behind. I'm like, who is who? But this is Socks. This is my resident greyhound, my little baby. He is the sweetest dog in the world. He is also my snoot advisor. I often get him to help out with a lot of my videos, which you might have seen if you've subscribed to the channel. Otherwise, go check it out. They're really cute. Socks is a very good helper. Yes, you are. Hey, he gets lots of treats in return. But yeah, that is it for this little episode. Let me know in the comments below, please, if you can, what ideas you think, or what animals you think would be cute as a snoot pattern. Like this one's like a frog and a bee, because I need to get creative and start making these so I can donate them to Gumtree Greys. And I sort of don't have many ideas. I've got this, I've got maybe a bear a frog, and that's pretty much about the ideas that's in my head. Maybe a donkey, I don't know. But let me know what you think would be cute for these sort of patterns, what you would buy. If you are in Australia, you can buy these for your dog from the Gumtree Greys website. They are made for a large dog, like greyhound size, just keep that in mind. But yeah, would love to know, so please leave me a comment below of what you think would be really fun, just to help me out. But yeah, apart from that, oh, actually I did buy some millets recently. Let me go grab that super quickly and I'll show you. And I'm back with yarn. I just put out a video about the yarn I got from Spotlight thanks to a massive sale, and the next week they had a sale on Millens, and they were half price, and Millens are one of my favorite things to buy at Spotlight because of the value. So yarn in Australia is actually pretty expensive, if I can say so myself. I know it's very subjective, the term expensive, but for me it is pretty expensive. Yeah, so I tend to never buy yarn at full price, and my way of saving money to buy yarn, so I can buy more yarn, is through Millens. So Millens are essentially 400-gram bags of yarn. You can only see them through the packet like this. You can't really feel them. There are tiny holes in them, so sometimes depending on how thick the yarn is, I'm able to fish out the end of it, like if it's really thin, just to sort of feel the texture of it. Or like this one, for example, someone else tore a hole into it, I'm pretty sure. If I can find it, there it is. Someone else actually tore a hole into it. I tend to not do that because I just don't want to do that and then not buy it. I feel like it's kind of disrespectful in my opinion, but I totally get why people do it. I mean, you want to be able to feel the yarn before you use it, but yeah, you don't even get to really feel it. Really, you just get to see it. But on the bright side, it's 400 grams of yarn for very minimal money, especially when you get it on sale. Ordinarily they are $12. They were half price, so they were $6 for 400 grams of yarn in Australia is a win. So I snapped up 4 bags. I got 1 bag of this navy with light blue and pink specks. My plan for this is entirely dog related. I was just thinking neck warmers for either my fosters, or now that I am volunteering with Gumtree Greys, I might do that as well. I might just have to work up and see how it works out, because it does look a bit fuzzy, and yeah, I just might need to, you know, toss it in the wash, see how easy it is to care for, and then if it is pretty easy, then I might, you know, make some to sell on Etsy's Gumtree Greys page. We'll see how we go. I also bought 3 bags of this, which I'm fairly sure is Mandela Ombre yarn. I can't remember what colorway it is. I did look it up after I bought it, and it is a real colorway. Maybe Joy? No, I don't think it's Joy. I don't know. If you know, leave a comment down below. But yes, I bought this to, my plan anyway, is to pair it with the black and white Mandela Ombre yarn that I got in Millens around Christmas time last year. And I don't know, maybe do like a hexagon blanket or a ripple. I've already done a ripple stitch back there, so maybe something else, pairing, you know, the neutrals with the colorful, and make sort of like a throw or a blanket that way. Or maybe something else. If you guys have ever done that before, like paired something colorful with a neutral yarn, and have used a crochet pattern, please let me know in the comments below, because I'm looking for ideas of what to do with this. I sort of know what I want to do, but I just want to know like what pattern I want to use, which I haven't actually found one that has inspired me yet. So yeah, anyway, now the real end of the video. Thank you so much for joining along for my first ever episode of my crochet podcast. I aim to do these hopefully once a month, maybe once every 6 weeks, depending on how much crochet I get done, because I do want to give you guys, you know, some sort of update. But yeah, thank you so much for joining along. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up and a comment. I always love hearing from you. It makes my day. Also subscribe so you can see similar content, and go check out my dog videos, also known as Socks Helps Me with my crochet project videos. They're really cute. I will see you in my next one. Bye.